Reddit, what's the weirdest encounter you had with a parent of one of your students? Driving away from their graduation, little teary-eyed about seeing my seniors move on. I stop at a red line and bam! Hit from behind by a car. Pushes me into another car. All three of us pull over to the side of the road. I get out to look back and see who hit me. One of my seniors is staring back at me and says, "Shit, I hit Miss Salem." The other guy gets out of his car and comes to check on me. I explain that I'm fine and that the person who hit me is one of my students. Guy says, "Yeah, he's also my son." So that's how I met his dad. The dad of a student had a legitimate job where he was not accessible by phone call during the day. He could text if you really needed him. I used Google Voice to contact parents anyway, so this was great for me. However, he started hitting on me. He would try to text me outside of contract hours, invite me to their home on weekends, made comments about how his daughter needed a real mom in her life, etc. I never responded to anything that was outside of direct contact about his daughter in my class. Eventually, he went full nice guy on me and started threatening me, the school, his daughter, and my husband after he found out I'm married. Then started telling me about how I was going to go down for being inappropriate with a parent, and the school would fire me, and my husband would leave me for being jobless. Finally went to my principal at this point. That dude was no longer allowed on school grounds without an throw escort. I, 28 had a mother of a former student reach out to me on Instagram to see how things were going about 6 months after I left the school where I had taught her daughter. After some cordial conversation, she told me she thought I was handsome and would be successful in my next ventures. I responded something along the lines of, "Thank you, I really appreciate that." It's not often that I get compliments like that from anyone other than my wife, who was reading the conversation over my shoulder, at my request. 45 minutes later, she responded by flat out propositioning me. My response: hard pass. I love my wife and blocked. Still amuses me. I just don't understand how people can try that. I'm pretty sure she was married too. A few years ago, I was working on a study for my master's. My thesis was on mindfulness and meditation. I wanted to see if mindfulness exercises were more effective than typical content-focused bell ringer activities. I was going through and getting consent for the study when I had both parents of one of my students arrange a meeting with me. I then was subjected to a 30-minute harangue about how meditation was satanic because any time you take your mind off God, then you're lost. Bear in mind that we were talking about 5 to 10 minute breathing exercises and emotional awareness activities here.